Hi everyone, it's Margaret Manning here with 60 and Me. 60 and Me is a community of women who are aging beautifully and who have an interest in makeup and fashion and beauty, along with all kinds of other topics and challenges that we face in our 60s. But I do product reviews and tutorials for makeup products. I'm fascinated by the new technologies and the new techniques that are coming out. And I purchased recently an eyeshadow palette. It's by Tati Westbrook. She is a blogger, well-known blogger with younger women. I believe she's just around 40 years old, but this palette just took my breath away. Now, I love sparkle and appreciate that as you get a little older, you might not want to use a lot of sparkle. But when I started experimenting with this palette, I'll show it to you here so you can get a glimpse of it. This is the beautiful packaging, but when you open it, it's a wow. The colors and the textures are just amazing. There, you see. So I thought at first that this was only going to be a palette that you could use for glamour. I mean, these metallics on the top are just, or shimmers on the top are amazing, and metallics. I'll explain how the palette is organized in the next video, but I wanted just to share with you that I got up this morning and I thought, well, I'll try it for an everyday look. And I thought, well, I'll mix and match the colors that I think will work for me. And I'm going to show you in a second how I did this, how I actually created this look. I think it's very beautiful for a daytime look. For an older woman, I think it's really not over the top. And I used some of the colors that you might think were a little bit, bright and shimmery. But I'll just close my eyes so you can see what I've done. And the rest of the makeup is so simple. It's just my ordinary foundation. I've got some blush and my mascara and eyebrow pencil. That's really all I used. And I think it created a beautiful look. And if you notice, I actually used a liner. The black liner on this palette is just unbelievable. It's breathtaking and very, very versatile and useful. So I'm going to stop now. I'll go back to clean face and I'll show you how I got this look. And then I'm going to try some others using different colors in the palette and also some of the sparkly metallics and the shimmers. They're amazing. So I hope you enjoyed this little program. I'm going to do like 2 or 3 different looks and see what you think. Okay, see you soon. Okay, continuing our adventure with the Tati Beauty Eyeshadow Palette, I want to show you the palette and explain how it's organized because it's a very unique setup and very sensuous, colorful, engaging palette to work with. I've only tried a few variations and I know every day I kind of get up looking forward to what I can do with it next because there is so much here. Now, first of all, the palette is very big. There are 6 rows and I'll explain how they're organized in a second. But another feature that you might be interested in is the mirror. The other side of the mirror, it's huge. And so you can use that at your table. It makes a big difference to be able to see your whole face. But the palette itself is gorgeous. And I want to explain how it's laid out because, it's, as I said, it's quite unique. There are 6 color groupings. So if you go from, well, I'll try to point them to you. This is memory, this line here. This one is ritual. The next one is story. Then we have soothe and aura and poet. And so they're arranged in those color groupings. And then across the palette, you've got different blends, different consistencies, and varying levels of shimmer and glitter. So you've got here matte along the bottom line. The next one is sequin. Just almost a little touch of sparkle, but not a lot. So that's the next one. Then you've got metallic, this line here, and at the top, it's glitter. I think I said sparkle yesterday, but it is glitter. So glitter is the last one, and that's the one that people are raving about. They're using it in all kinds of incredible ways. But for me, I think I'm gonna use it once, and I'm gonna show you how it looks. But I think I'm going to stick more to the matte and the sparkle, or is it called sequin? But I'll show you what I did yesterday, and you can see how this works for, I think, for an older woman really beautifully. Now, I'm not wearing any makeup, so I'm going to start by putting my makeup on. Now, I know a lot of people do eyes first, but I like the whole look to reveal. So I'm going to just spend a few minutes putting my makeup on, foundation, a little bit of blush. I did not use a lot of makeup. So, first things first, I used my Aging Younger Gracefully facial oil first. That's all I've got on. I use that instead of a primer. I really like it. I've been using it for years now, and I really do love it. Younger Gracefully. And then I'll put my foundation on. Now, I've got about 5 or 6 foundations that I kind of alternate between. But for this look, I'm going to use my Radiant foundation. It's a really cool foundation for me. It's got serum in it, so it's got a kind of a light and very soft feeling, but it's got good coverage, and it's Wonderlight Radiant. And I've actually almost used it all, so instead of using the pump, I'm going to have to just take it out and use it from the stick, because I use it every single day. So I'll start putting this on here. And as I said, it goes on so smoothly. I picked this up in Greece. It's actually a European line, but I did check online, and it's available in various places. So I think you might like it. I really do. So I'll put my makeup. It applies so easily too. I, by the way, don't use any concealer. I've decided at age 70, I'm not going to hide the wrinkles, and I don't really want to. The more you try to cover them up, I think the more it starts to cake and cling to the makeup clings to the wrinkles and lines, and it's just easier to do it very gently and comfortably. So I'm going to just apply this. I'll put it on around my mouth and a little bit more on my forehead. Okay, so foundation is pretty important, but for an everyday look, I don't layer it too much. I don't try to go too crazy, but I want to kind of duplicate what I showed you as authentically as I can. So I'm going to just check this in my mirror, because I'm doing this all in my phone, and that can be tricky sometimes. So let me see what I've done. 1 second. Okay, did I blend everything? That's the first thing. I think so. Okay, I know you'll all tell me when I've left something, a little piece missing somewhere. Okay, all right, foundation done. Then we'll put on some blush. I use, well, you can see by the state of this palette that it's like almost gone. It's my, what's it called? Orgasm by NARS. So here we go. And I'll put a little bit, not too high. This is one of the secrets that I've been shown with blush. Bring it up though, but don't put it up too high on older faces. It actually pulls it all down. So put a little bit of blush. And as I said before, this is an everyday look. It's not meant to be overly dramatic. I'm going to do some things later that might change that a bit. But for this particular eyeshadow look, I wanted it to be fairly natural. Okay, so that's okay, that's about right for me, for my NARS. Okay, I'm using, by the way, a buffer brush that I really love. You can use it for foundation. It's an Arian Pool product, and I really like it. It's got a nice firmness about it for foundation, but you can also use it for blush. At least I do. Okay, so that's blush and foundation. Now let's go to I'll do lips last. I think I'll do the eyes next. And eyebrows are one of my important things because I don't have any left. I'm using this brow. It's called Tattoo Brow by Maybelline. I found for me this works the best. I've tried using delicate little brushes and, mascara for eyebrows. This has got a kind of a larger brush, and it works perfectly for me. So I'm going to just do this using my mirror, though. So 1 sec. Oops, I just realized I got something there. Whatever that is. Okay. And I have found that just pulling it up a bit and then across, but not down, works good for my face. Eyebrows are such a beautiful framing, option that you should really try to make sure your eyebrows are at least visible. Mine are graying, they're getting thinner. It's just one of the things that happens as you get older. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, so I think that's about even. And I like the color of this. It's blonde, and it comes in about 4 different colors. It's quite nice. So it's Maybelline Tattoo Brow. Now, eyes. I'm so excited to even get started with this because it is such a neat thing. Okay, I am using just a very, very simple brush. It's not, I don't even know what the brand is. It's just a nice eyeshadow brush. And I'm going to start by putting a light, I won't use a primer. I'll use the matte of the Aura line, the Aura Choice, which is this one right here. And I'll just put that all over my eye. And as soon as I put this on, you're going to see the color. It's really very strong. Now, I always used to bring my eyeshadow way up high, or even the base, and I was advised. Ariane Poole suggested that you don't do that when you get a bit older because it actually highlights, it pulls your eyes back. So when you've got hooded eyes as you get older, which happens, that taking it right up to the top. So I just kind of take the like white there, just a little bit up above. And this is the matte, so you won't get any sparkle in this one at all. But I just wanted to show you, and it blends so beautifully. This is one thing that everyone seems to be talking about with this line, is how beautifully the eyeshadow blends. And you really do feel like you're, getting a nice coverage, but it's not, it goes on easily. Okay, so that's the first step. And now the second step is to create a little line on the crease that gives me some dimension. Now I decided, because these are actually very dark colors, I was going to go with this one right here, but then I decided to go, this is in the Ritual, the middle two. And this one, although it's a metallic, I'm going to use it a little bit blended with the one below. So that's the sequin and the metallic together. And honestly, don't need very much on the tip of your brush. It's just a slightly angled brush. But I'm going to use my mirror so I can get this right. It's a very sensitive eyeshadow palette. You've got to be aware of the pigmentation. So let me just find this. And I'm going to put a little bit right on the crease of my eye. I'm just showing you there where I'm trying to place it. Okay, and just blend it in. You can do a bit more blending in a second, but I'm going to take that color again and do the other side. And I didn't go too crazy with this because I wanted the color on the eyelid to be the thing that was really showing. But you can see with just a very little effort and touching that you've got a nice crease line there, which will make the eye pop. Okay, so I think that's about all I'm going to do on this side and here. Okay, now this is the fun part. I'm going to use one of the colors that you might think is a little bit over the top, but I love it. And it's this pink one, it's Poet. And I'm going to use the metallic. I know it sounds like, heavy, but it's actually very, very pretty. So I'm going to try that with the other brush, with just the normal eyeshadow brush. And I'm going to put it on as lightly as I can. But can you see already the color of that? It's really, really pretty. I love it. And I love pink eyeshadow in general. Pink and purples are really my colors. And I'll put it on this side too. Now, when you look at that, first of all, you're going to think, oh, well, that's a little too bright for me to go out into the world. I'm just going to get my mirror so I can take a good look. You might think that's a little too bright. But it's actually, I'm going to temper it with one thing that will make a big difference. Okay, so that to me is a little bright, but I'm going to temper it with the aura, with the metallic of the aura. Now this is a really pretty way to just get a little bit of a sparkle, but nothing too extreme, using that metallic line. And you just pop it on top. And you see how that just tones it down? It really makes it very, very soft and I just think it's a beautiful color combination. And I found with the aura, that metallic aura, in fact, that whole line of aura, that you can actually soften the colors that may seem a little bit intense for you. And I think that's beautiful. And for, well, I'm not even for an older woman, but I think that people who are maybe more conscious that they don't want to just shine and sparkle so much, that's a look that really, really works for them. So that's the Poet line with aura and a little bit of the Ritual for the crease. I think it's nice. And you can, of course, you can make it go a little bit darker if you want. Now, there is a beautiful, in that Poet's sequence, there is a lovely one in the sequin line, this one below, just, I can point to it. It's such a big palette, it's hard to hold it. Right there, that one there. I'm going to do something just at the edge with that, which I hope is going to work. I did this yesterday, but I don't think it was showing as much, so I'm going to try to make it a little bit more visible this time. And that's just at the very, very corner of the eye, just there. Okay, just like that. And I'll do it on the other side too. Because I think that just gives a little teeny bit of dimension that is not there when you don't put it there. Okay, so there you go. So that's it. That was a look that I did yesterday, except for my lips, of course. And I do have a mascara. I'm using my L'Oreal It's the Lash Paradise. This is my favorite mascara of all time. I love it. Voluminous Lash Paradise. Don't know whether you can get this anymore. They've come out with a new line, which is very similar, but it's a great brush. And I'm going to just put my mascara on, and you'll see how having this background of beautiful eyeshadow behind really helps with the mascara application, just makes it really beautifully. Oh, I forgot one thing. This is important too. Yesterday I did try something that I wanted to share with you again. On top of this color combination, I did put a little bit of black liner, and that was important. I'm glad I remembered that, because a lot of people on the different demonstrations of Tati Beauty are using this black a lot. It's a very, very strong color. It's a matte. It's the one at the very bottom. And I don't normally use eyeshadow or eyeliner, but I'm going to try again with this because I think it worked yesterday. And I like the way it's, just make a tissue here, the way it just accents the eye just a teeny bit. And older women can do eyeliner too, and underneath the eye as well. I'm going to put my mascara on in a sec, but I'll do this liner just to show you. Check out it's one of those angled eyeshadow or eyeliner pencils. And you literally can just take it along the lash line. And can you see the difference? It makes a very big difference. And that matte is, you've got to be so careful with it though, because it's super, super intense. Okay. Can't talk and apply this at the same time. It's probably a good thing. Okay. So that's the eyeliner. And I think that really does make a difference. I'm going to pop a teeny bit more on this side. So that's okay. All right. So I'm not going to put any on the bottom, but that's, I think, enough on the top. And the mascara, I'll just finish with that. This brush is amazing. I love, love, love this eyeliner, this mascara. Okay, one eye, big difference. And then the other side. Get my hair out of the way. Okay. I think this line of mascara is wonderful for all ages, but I think for older women who are looking for volume in their eyes, it's really important. I'll just try to get this side even. Okay. That's it. All right, now I'll do my lips, and then I'll be able to show you one more thing. But the lipstick I'm using is Huda. It's, what is this one called? I have several of them. I think it's called Jet Setter. And I love it because you don't need to use a lip liner brush. You can just literally put this on as a lip liner and then fill it in. And I think it's got a beautiful color. It's what I used yesterday. And so here we go. I love this product. I use all different colors. For me, I love it because it stays on a really long time, but also it does that. It has that ability to outline your lips and not make you feel like you have to wear a pencil. It dries a little bit darker. But that was what I was wearing, and this is the look that I love. I did have a little dash of lip gloss that I popped in the middle, which is Ariane's lip gloss. It's quite nice. It's got a lovely brush on the end, and just in the middle, on the top. So that's it. That was the look. Now that is the look. That's the Tati palette. We're using those very soft pink colors. Now, I want to do something that just to show you what you can do with these glitters. Now, we've had conversations many times about older women and glitter, and it's just not a good idea. Lots of people say this, but I think that a little bit of glitter, especially from this palette, because it's got so many choices, would be just amazing. Now, I must admit that I've only tried the one glitter color, which is this beautiful pink in the row of Poet. And I think that others have used the lighter colors, but I'm going to stick with the pink and show you what that can do. Now, the best way, if I can just make sure I'm getting this right on make sure my eyes are right before I start this. Okay. All right. That's okay. Okay. Let's see if I can do this perfectly. The best way is just tap your finger in the glitter. I'm serious. This is amazing. This stuff. As soon as I put it on, you're going to go, wow. All right, so I'll pop a bit on the middle. And immediately you can see magic happening. Isn't that incredible? I love, love, love this. Okay, I'm going to try the other eye. And you don't have to put it all the way across. You can just pop it in the center or over to the edge a little bit. But that's the glitter look. Now, I don't think that's too much. I think you could do that. You could go out into the world. I wonder what that looks like. I haven't actually. Yeah, it's very, very pretty. You get a little bit of fallout. I think you have to be careful that you maybe even just press it in carefully. And then I always finish up my whole look with a powder. I didn't do that earlier, but I wanted to do it once I had the eye product on. And I'm using Isadora actually. This is an Isadora loose setting powder, which I really like. I was surprised because it's white. It's not a beige color that you're like a neutral. But you don't need very much of it. But I would just put this around here just to make sure you coat all the glitter. If there's any that came down, and that is it. I think that's a great holiday look. I think you could go out with a beautiful, just a plain like black dress and, just looking very elegant and just popping that on your eyes. Even as an older woman, a 70-year-old or 60, 65, whatever you are, I think it's a great way to experiment with glitter and the sparkle in yourself. Go ahead and give yourself that opportunity to shine. Now, so the Tati palette, I'm a huge fan. It's not for everybody. If you're not going to use all the glitter and the other metallic colors, then probably it isn't worth investing in. It's only, I think, $48, which I thought was an amazingly good price for this product. And I'm going to continue to use it day in and day out for a while because I just enjoy the things you can do by just adding different and blending colors together. So that's it. That's my Tati Beauty look. I hope that you like it. I'd love your comments and feedback. And please subscribe to the channel and ring the bell so that people know when there's a new video coming out. And again, thank you so much for your support. Hope this has been inspirational for you as an older woman, and I look forward to getting your comments and feedback. And I'm going to do another color combination in another video, but for now, this is my pink look. Bye-bye for now.